Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, right? Yeah, pretty sure it's Thursday. I guess the days just run into one another, you know? We're going to wait for everyone to start coming on here, letting the Facebook feed get notified, the YouTube feed get notified. So we'll just sit here and wait for you guys to jump on, and we can hopefully see how your day is going. So today I'm going to be talking about superpowers. Well, actually, one superpower, and we'll talk about that. Salama, what's up? Always good seeing you. Hassan, what's up, man? How you doing? Cool. So yeah, we're gonna get rocking and rolling here. We're gonna kick off the day here with some good stuff. With some good stuff. I've been thinking, this morning I was taking a walk and I was thinking of what I wanted to share with you today. And it came from something that had happened yesterday. Hey, Karen, what's up? Good to see you once again. And as I was on my walk, I was thinking about a conversation, or actually, it was a hot seat that we had yesterday. We did a hot seat session for one of our members inside of Brand Creators Academy, and we were looking at her business, but also at her growth, and then also like what could we do to improve it. But there's one thing that I see a lot of people, including myself at times, that we have this. I call it a superpower because it's something we all can have if we want it. But a lot of times we use it, but then we stop using it, and it's like, why? Like, why do we stop using it? And a lot of times it's because we don't get the results that we're looking for. Hey, Renee, what's up? Steve, Renee here. How are you? What's up? So I got two of you here. That's cool. Mike, Smiley, what's up, man? Good morning to you. Good morning, Commander. Yes. Uh, so let me ask you guys before we jump into this whole idea of having this one superpower, which I think we all have. I think you can have it as well. You might already have it. Um, are you enjoying these coffee talks? I think that's one of the big questions that I have for you. It's something that I don't mind doing. I don't mind jumping on here and sharing some thoughts, sharing some things that are important to me, or things that I've learned, or conversations that I've had like yesterday, and what I'm doing now. Christy says yeah. That. Um, but yeah, I'm just curious. Is this something that you guys are getting value from? And if the answer is yes, then we can continue to do it. Now, of course, if you don't show up, well, then there's no reason for me to show up, right? So we got to show up. And Salma says yes, something to look forward to. Awesome. Karen says absolutely. Yeah, Karen, you've been now. You have audio today, I guess, because yesterday you didn't have the audio. Um, so yeah, so yesterday I was talking about like energy and like surrounding yourself with these positive type people, and what we pour in our cup, our clean water, can pollute it and can make it dirty. And it resonated with a lot of you. I got a lot of great feedback, and a lot of you agreed. And that's what I want this to be. I want this to be a daily dose of some clean, pure water. And if you guys were just tuning in and you didn't hear that coffee session we had yesterday, it was all about just putting in positivity up here and really guarding our brain as far as what we are letting in to influence us. I think it's really important. And Karen says, yes, I do. I went back and watched yesterday's. Thanks. Yeah, so it must have been something maybe on your end. I'm not quite sure. Mike says, I enjoy it very much when I can get here. Okay, cool. Um, Okay, cool. And Renee says, yes, I do enjoy real questions get answered. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I want to do that. Like I'm gonna try to make this where I kind of give you my thoughts, the thing that's on my mind that I want to share with you, and then I'll open it up for like 10 minutes of questions. We can do that. Then that way there we can do like maybe 10 minutes of that, and then 10 minutes of that, and 20 minutes we can be out of here. So also, what are you guys drinking today? What's in your mug of choice? Just curious. Okay. Let's get to it. So today I titled this Secret Superpower: One Action That Creates Results in Your Business, Always, and we can also say in your life. Because the one thing that I've realized that a lot of people showing up here are, they're showing up because they followed me for whatever reason, however long ago. But a lot of it is not just business stuff. But I know that the word business, it always attracts people to want to, grow their business. Who doesn't want to do that? But who doesn't want to just have a better life? Who doesn't want to have less stress? Who doesn't want to be less or not be overwhelmed and be, like really dialed in? And that's what I find that a lot of people showing up here, that is what they want. So today, just understand that what I'm going to share with you, it's really powerful and it applies to anything that you do. Okay. But it's having this, I call it a secret superpower. And the reason why I'm calling it that is because a lot of people don't value this as a superpower. And I'm going to give you an example here before I tell you what that superpower is. So yesterday we were doing a hot seat session inside of Brand Creators Academy. And inside of our academy, that's where we're helping people build their brands. It's where we're helping people on a daily basis do that. Okay. And yesterday, which was talking all about someone's business. Okay. Just happened to be, one of our members, and she was wanting us to look at her business and see where she can make improvements. Also, if she was going down the right path, because a lot of times we self-doubt ourselves, right? Like we don't know if we're doing the right things, whatever. And so it's always good to get a good set of eyes there. So immediately I asked her, I said, okay, so what are you doing so far? Well, she's already got products up and running on Amazon. That's where she started. And a lot of people start there, okay? And so the products are up and running and they're selling, but I'm not going to give away her market, her niche, but just understand that if you were to just sell the products as a whole, they're just products, right? It's a coffee mug. It's a tripod for your camera. It's, something like that. It's not specific to the market. So the first thing we identified is that, she needs to really start sub niching out. So if this tripod is for someone that's just traveling, well, then we have a traveling tripod for the everyday person. Or we can tailor it towards vloggers, or we can tailor it towards, people that are going to sporting events or whatever, right? Like, so we can target different people just by adding something on the end for vloggers, for travel, for fill in the blank, right? So that was first and foremost. Now, that's not the superpower, by the way. So what she was doing about a year ago is she was starting to create content. And so I looked at her website and I looked at her graph, and she's hockey sticking up as far as traffic goes. Okay. And in her head, she's like, I don't know if I'm doing the content right. I don't know if my market really is a place to put content out there and answer questions. But she did it like 6 months ago, and she was doing it pretty consistently. But she stopped for two reasons. One, her writer, she had an issue with, so she just didn't take the time to go find another writer. And at the time, she was like, I don't really see the traffic. But she was doing it pretty consistently. And now that you look back at it, you go, whoa, wait a minute here. You were getting 100 people to your website 6 months ago, and now you're getting 1,500. It was like 1,500 or 1,800, something like that. And it's up. It's growing every single month. And this is after she's kind of stopped, right? So what I realized and what she realized, because we kind of highlighted that, is if you would just stay consistent and just keep doing what you're doing, even though you're not seeing the results right now, You will eventually, as long as you stay consistent. So, if you've already guessed it, the superpower, the secret superpower that we all have is this right here. And that is being consistent. I think it goes with anything, guys. If you are trying to lose weight, if you're consistent, there's a good chance you're going to lose weight. You might not see it in the first month. You might not see it in the first 2 months the way that you want to see it. But if you stay and stick to it, you stay on track, there's a good chance you're going to see results, right? So what I really want you to understand is no matter what you're doing, like yesterday we talked about surrounding yourself with positive people. I think before that, the day before that, we talked about tiny habits. Well, tiny habits are being consistent, and they're small little things that add up to be big things, right? And so this goes hand in hand with it. If you stay consistent with something long enough, you're going to start getting results, period. All right. And so now that we were able to look at our business, we were like, okay, you've started creating content. Here's what happens. You start getting traffic, but then also you start to get real data, meaning we can now see what the market is searching for and finding through your website, through other searches that you didn't even plan on. So you see what happens there? We start to, because we were consistent for a short period of time there, and now that how Google works is now it's indexed, we're able to go back and look at it, right? So we're building two niche sites from scratch. We just started about 6 months ago. And for the first 3 months, didn't hardly see any traffic. But now it's hockey sticking. We're getting a lot of traffic, and we're probably going to double traffic on both of those sites this month again. We did it the last 3 months. We're going to do it again right now, right? So we had 12,000 page views, 13,000. It was 13,800 page views on one site. That one there's going to get probably close to 25 to 28,000 right now we're on track for. Okay. The other one, I think it was 9,000. That one there is probably going to get between, I'd say 17 and 20. Okay. Depending on how everything goes, but almost double. If not, it will double. But it's because consistency. Okay. Staying consistent. So I want to encourage you. I want to also inspire you to do it, to just commit to it. This morning, I just created a spreadsheet for our members inside of Brand Creators Academy. And it's a very basic schedule, okay? And what it's there to do is it's designed to give you an action step every single week that will be consistent. And that is 52 pieces of content over the course of a year. So whether you're a member or not, take this away right now. If you're trying to build your business and you are trying to get traffic to your business through content, well, then what you want to do is you want to be consistent. How do you do that? You commit to yourself that you're going to publish one piece of content every single week, and just create a spreadsheet and say week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then put your publishing date. What is the date that you're going to commit to every single week? For us, it might be Friday. Okay, that has to get published. What's going to get published? What's going to be the article or the video that we're going to create? What's the title of it? What's the keyword that we're going after? Put that in there. And then on the other side of it, you just put in, is it completed? Yes or no. And that's it. Follow that. Be consistent with that. And if you are, you have a much greater chance of getting results. And I think we all would agree with that. So we had her walking away with a whole bunch of different sub niches, by the way, because now we are able to look at the data that is already coming in, because she did start producing content a year ago for 6 months straight, then took a break, took time off, which if she would have kept going, imagine where that site would be now. So we always want to stay consistent no matter what. And when I talked about tiny habits, and someone just posted something about tiny habits or atomic habits. All of that stuff is great. But you can't add too much to your routine. You have to strip it down and start small and build up. And the simple thing to do is to create one piece of content per week. And there is no reason, zero reason, why someone can't create one piece of content every single week. There's no reason. There is no excuses. Scott, I can't create content because I'm not an expert. Not an excuse. You can go have someone do the research for you and write that article. Scott, I can't find a good writer. There's many different avenues you can go. You can go iWriter, Text Broker, Content Pit. There's a bunch of them out there. Upwork, Free Up. There's tons. No excuse, right? So Scott, I don't know how to publish. Go to YouTube and search how to publish a blog article on YouTube. Like whatever, right? Like there's a whole bunch of different things that we can. You have to commit up here to doing something and to start small. Once per week to me is small. Right now, we're producing anywhere from 5 to 7 articles, pieces of content that are going up on our blog every single week. Okay, and we're ramping that up. Okay, but it didn't start that way. We started with one piece, and then we added a second, and then we said, okay, that's going pretty good. We got it worked out. Let's add 2 a week now. Now we're doing 2 a week. And you just start ramping it up. You start building the process. You start building the systems in place. But it starts with that one thing and being consistent. So the one action that creates results in any business always is being consistent. Being consistent. All right? So you need to commit to it and you need to be consistent in anything. If you want to better your life, if you want to have a better work day, then have a better morning, right? So then fix that part of your day. All right. And I'm telling you, that will take you into, the next part of your day. You'll be more productive. So we can take this and plug it into pretty much any part of our life. But being consistent is going to, number one, make you feel good because you're like, wow, I'm pretty consistent. I'm sticking with it. I'm good. I'm doing good. And you give yourself some credit, right? But the minute you start something and stop, you're like, oh, I fell off the wagon again, right? But then you got to get back in, stay consistent. And when you have people that are going to help hold you accountable, good people in your life, like this little coffee group that we got here, that helps, right? So if you need to, come back here. Tell us when is going to be your published date. When is going to be your morning routine ritual that you're going to do every single day? Like, what is that one thing? All right. So I want to ask you guys, okay? I want to ask you guys a question, and then we're going to answer a couple of questions here. What is something right now that you can remember that you did consistently that yielded a result that you were going after? What is one thing right now that you committed to and you did it for a period of time consistently and you've seen the reward? What is that one thing? I'm just curious. Again, if we were having coffee together, I'd be like, what? And then you would have someone raise their hand. Me. Okay, good. What is it? Right? What is that? I'm just curious. All right, I'm going to go ahead and look over here. Mike says, bulletproof coffee, of course. I can't imagine a business life without stress. It's possible. It is possible. But what you have to do is you have to get focused and you have to also map it out on paper. All right, I tell people that all the time. Like, your pad of paper is huge, huge. Write it down. Write it down. What is everything swirling in your head? And then start to prioritize. Even use sticky notes. That's another good strategy. Red ocean versus blue ocean. Yes. Have you read the book Atomic Habits? Tim, I have. Very good book. Talks a lot about consistency over time, producing results. Sounds similar to Tiny Habits. It is. Sometimes, where is that one there? Let me see here. So yes, I have a copy. And guys, a little thing here about me. I have a lot of books like this. I don't read a lot of them. I listen to a lot of them. So I listened to this one. I didn't read this one. But the other thing is when I see a book that size, sometimes it's intimidating. Tiny Habits is almost a little bit thinner. But the cool thing with Tiny Habits, I love this book too, by the way. And I interviewed James Clear on the podcast. Great guy. But he talks a lot about in here about being becoming the person you want to be before you're the person you want to be. So you almost have to play the role. Like, if you want to be an athlete, how does an athlete train every day? What is their habits? So you want to model that as if you've already arrived. So it's kind of like, if you're a successful business person, what does a successful business person do? They're very focused and motivated by just showing up and going through the process. And you know what? If they fall down, they fall down. I recently heard an interview from Tony. Is it Tony Hawk? I believe it is. And he was just like, with skateboarding, like, you can tell who's going to be a star and who's not, because the ones that they get hurt and injured and then they can't wait to get back out there, they're in, right? Like, they're going to do well. It's the ones that start business or they try something and it doesn't work, and then they're just like, oh, this isn't going to work for me, right? Like it's you got to be able to fall down and get back up. Um, okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so Salama, does it matter whether you publish a question or how to content first? Yeah, I like questions first, by the way. Love questions. You know, can you do? And someone had mentioned something about yoga. Salama, it was you that you did yoga, and that was one of the things that you feel like you've stayed consistent with, and it's helped you, and that's awesome. And so, as far as questions, could be like, can you do yoga on the beach? Like that might be a question, right? Or can you do uh, can you catch fish in a lake? Can you catch a fit or can you catch bass with a spinner bait or something like that? Like they're easy to create and it's what people are searching for. And if people are searching for that, it means that they're in that market. So that's why I like them. Mike says, inconsistency is one of my big issues. Trying to do too much myself due to my perfection syndrome. As a result, I cut wide, but never very deep. Yeah, that's a big one, right, Mike? I get it. You know what? The first thing is, I think that you acknowledge that that's one of your weaknesses. So it's fine, right? The first part is admitting it, right? And you did. But I think that is an issue that we can definitely address, right? So the perfectionism thing, that's real. A lot of people suffer from that, okay? I personally don't anymore because the minute that I kind of let that go, I mean, a perfect example is just doing this right now. If you look at the videos that I tried shooting, gosh, back when I was in the photography business, it was terrible. I couldn't even get out of my own way. I thought I was saying things, incorrectly, or I just said, right? Like I'd be like, oh, that's not right. I'm going to get made fun of or whatever. Like that's the perfectionism thing. It doesn't matter to me because I've overcome that because I put myself out there and people, yes, there are people that will call you out on that. We call them, what is it? Oh gosh, I forget the term now. But basically someone that's critiquing your writing skills or something like that, right? If that was the case, I would never write an email. And then think about all the people that wouldn't be, being affected in a positive way, right? So you got to look at those things. But I think your biggest thing to do is just publish and then get better, right? Just get better. Let's see, working on building my business, but got burnt out. Yeah, I mean, that happens. So the question then is what got you burnt out? What part of that got you burnt out? Is there something there that you could offload and have someone else do? Or is there something that you're doing that isn't really yielding a result or that is probably not the best use of your time? And there's something else that is, so that's where you would focus that time, over there. Karen, Instagram and Facebook posts every day. Okay, that's good. Awesome. And Karen, are you seeing like it paying off as far as is there some positive thing there for you to measure that against? Justin says, you're like Ty Lopez with books. No, I think he's got me beat. But yeah, I do like books. And here's the deal. When I was a kid, you couldn't get me to read a book. Just couldn't do it. So now what I've done in the mornings is I'm reading about 10 minutes. So I'll sit right here. After I get done with my walk, I'll come in here, I'll pop my light on back here, and then I just sit here, take my bookmark, and I read a couple pages. And that's it. And then I'll go here, pop it in, boom, done. I pop it right here, so it's always front of mind. Yeah, I'm not a big reader, but I do read in the morning just because it's something that I want to do something different than I don't normally do, and I want to consume it differently than just listening, which I listen to, whether it's podcasts, audiobooks, all of that stuff. Let's see. I have my website up. Want to capture emails. What program do I use? Will it send out automatic emails too? I'm a big fan of ConvertKit. They just rolled out a free trial and a free, I think, up to 500 subscribers. I do have an affiliate link for that you will buy me a cup of coffee. And that can be found at theamazingseller.com/ConvertKit. And if you do go through my link, message me and I will send you, I have some email templates that I'm going to be packaging up and sending to anyone that goes through our ConvertKit affiliate link. Let's see. Troy, what's up, Troy? I'm considering, but my outtakes at the end of my YouTube videos might take the perfection game or gene out of me. No, I don't think so. Troy, I know what you're working on. You just got to get to it, man. You just got to do it. Like, your first video will be your worst, and it's okay. It is okay. And an easy way to get through it too, show up on a live like this. Try doing it live. Because you know what? I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna roll with it. And later, if I don't like it, I can just hit delete. I don't have to publish it. So it's a way to get you, showing up and saying, okay, there it is. Here I am. Hey guys, Troy here. Today we're gonna talk about this, right? Okay, let's see. Derek, hey Derek, how do you measure the analytics of your social media contacts? I don't. And that's why I'm not a big believer in putting a lot of time and effort into social media. I am publishing this on Facebook because Facebook is the engine that will allow me to do this live. I'm publishing on YouTube. I would prefer this video to reside on YouTube for longer term results and benefits. I call that evergreen content. Now with the Facebook video, what a lot of people don't know is even though right now, there might not be a lot of people hanging out with us here live, but later, even if this video just stays up, for the next week, people will be viewing it. Now, not everyone is going to see the video. Some people might watch 20 seconds of it, whatever, but I can then create what they call a custom audience in the background. So anyone that watches, I can put the parameter in there. I can say anybody that watches at least 25% or more of a video that I've produced, I want to put them in a bucket, and that audience now I can run targeted ads to. So that's the cool thing about Facebook. So right now I'm kind of doing it tandemly, right? I'm doing Facebook Live, I'm doing YouTube, right? So YouTube is the engine for evergreen where people can search and find something. Although these coffee talks aren't always they're not always optimized for search, but it's a way to give YouTube also the data that, Scott's showing up and he's doing lives. So they like that. So that's why I don't measure the analytics of social media. I don't look at the group stats. I don't look at any of that stuff. What I really look at is email subscribers, how many email subscribers are coming over and converting. And then from there, how is a YouTube video doing over time? And again, you have to wait. You can't just say, oh, out of the gate, it got 1,000 views. It might be like it gets 150 views, but then it starts to get some traction in 2 months, 3 months. I've had videos that do that. Salama, do the length of articles or videos matter? Yes and no. I like to keep my minimum article length of 1,500 words or more. And generally a question post will be 1,500 words minimum, but it will be up to like 2,000. Video, I don't think that you should put like a hard stop or a hard time frame. But what I would say is if you can keep your YouTube videos from 5 to under 10 minutes, I think as a viewer, even think about yourself. If you're scanning through a video and you see that it's 16 minutes long, you're probably like, oh, I don't think I want to commit to 16 minutes. But if you see 5 minutes or 7 minutes, you'll do it, right? It's less than 10 minutes. So there is some truth to that. But again, I always say make it as long as it needs to be, but get right to the point. So if you're doing a YouTube video, it's going to be like, give them exactly what they showed up for. So it's like, hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you the #1 tripod that you can use as being a vlogger that I use every single day. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. And then you jump into it. And then you're like, hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about that tripod. Like I said, the one that I really like it's from Manfrotto. Really great tripod. Love how it does all this stuff. Hey, before I get into the full review, do me a favor. Could you subscribe to the channel? And this way here, you'll never miss one of my tech gear review videos that I'm going to be doing here in the future. Plus, if you subscribe, you'll get some more cool videos. All right, guys. So today on this tripod, you see, that's it. Boom, boom, boom. You get right to it. Give them the hook. The hook is What are they showing up for? And you repeat exactly what they're coming for. Boom, you got them, right? Let's see. Mike, I feel like when I'm still sharpening my axe that I'm wasting time. I love that. I have to keep busy, or have the keep busy issue too. I know the motion doesn't equal results. I used to teach this stuff, but seem to have challenged taking my own advice. Don't we all? And what you mean by sharpening the saw or sharpening the axe is you spend a lot of time getting everything ready before you actually start chopping down the tree, right? And that is a big problem. So I think the biggest thing for you, Mike, is you need to give yourself a deadline. You need to give yourself a deadline that says, hey, Mike, you got till this time. And then you got to, if whether that saw or that axe is sharp enough or not, you got to start hacking at the tree, man. Right? So you got to give yourself those deadlines, right? If you don't, you're just going to keep putting it off because, oh, wait till it's perfect. I don't really like this. I don't really like that. There's actually something that I'm going to be probably doing here very soon that I didn't really think through as much as I don't want to say should have, but because I wanted to get there as quick as I could. And now 5 years later, I'm thinking about changing it. And it's okay because I've gotten so much momentum in the process. I'm not going to give that away right now. I shared it inside of Brand Creators Academy. And I actually asked their thoughts and opinions on everything. But just to kind of let you know, like I do that myself. Like I'm a big believer in like getting it out there, getting it done, and then tweaking it later. And I'm not saying put out crap. You gotta make the decision to do it, and you just got to do it, and then you can start refining it. Let's see, Karen. I have my website up. Want to capture emails? Okay, I already answered that one. Sorry. Troy. You're correct, Scott. I've been looking for different tutorials, certain things, and skip any over 10 minutes. I picked the 5-minute videos. Yep, it's true. Derek, what do you think about the evergreen videos when it's sent out as a live video? I'm not sure I understand that completely. So it serves two purposes, right? Like right now, you're getting value from this video, right? Hopefully, you're getting value from this little live that I'm doing, right? So it's not evergreen right now, right? It's live. We're here. I'm impacting you. You're impacting me. We're conversing, right? And all this stuff. But if someone was to watch this a year from now, would they still get value? To me, I would think yes, they would, right? So you got to look at it as two different things, right? If all you're doing is posting a video on YouTube, that's more or less an evergreen play, okay? What we're doing here with lives is we're able to make an impact now, right? And possibly get some of you guys some results. Hopefully get you guys to like this stuff and come back. Hopefully get you guys to share this. By the way, if you haven't shared this and invite people, please do so. And then, from there, we can then set it out there and let it start to grow. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't do that well. It's okay. On to the next, right? So it's about consistency. And I'm coming back to that because that's what we started with. But evergreen content to me is very, very important. And on Facebook, you're not getting the evergreen aspect as far as someone going to Facebook and searching for something. They're not. They're scrolling. And the minute you're a week or two, past the time that you recorded it, it's pretty much gone in Facebook world. Unless someone is just going through all of your content and binging, right? And that happens, but not that often. So there's two different sides of it, right? So Facebook, to me, I'm not going to just be creating videos to throw them up on Facebook and that's it, because they're not searchable. I want searchable content, which to me is evergreen content. Same thing with written articles, same exact thing. But does that mean I won't do lives? No, because I'm doing lives so this way I can engage with people. Also, any videos that I put up on Facebook, like I said, I can then start to build custom audiences of people that are watching. Like, I'll just give you an example. So like Salama has been on here every single day pretty much. All right, this is what, our 17th session. I think you've been on just about all of them. Karen's been on about all of them, right? And Karen's been here for, well, let's see, right now it's 33 minutes since we started, which we got to wrap this up, guys. I want to try to keep these to 20 minutes. But now I can say anyone that has watched at least 25% or more of this video, then I want to create a targeted ad that might say, hey, download our brand growth validation checklist. Now, I know that that person's interested in building a brand. I know that that person is resonating with what I stand for. That person is much more likely to basically become an email subscriber, which then I can connect with through my email, which I think that is number one in any business, right? So let's say that I'm going to do, maybe I'm going to do a workshop, and I'm going to want to invite people that are interested. I can target all the people that have watched at least 25% or more of a video and only target those people, right? So you're able to really use that as a retargeting audience of people that have shown interest in your videos. So it's a different side of it. It's not a search intent, okay? And Facebook is not a search platform, okay? You can search, but not a lot of people do. So hopefully that helped. Salomon, do you batch content? Yes, I do. But like this right here, we're not batching this, right? Like I'm doing this live every day. I'm committing, I'm being consistent. 17 days, guys. The only day I skipped was Easter Sunday. All right, 17 days in a row, okay, minus the one. That's because I signed up in my mind when I started this. I'm going to go live every single day. And I'm just going to see what happens, right? I'm going to see who comes on, who joins me, who hangs out. You know, if no one hangs out, I don't do these, right? And so I signed up for that. So this can't be batched, okay? Now, I'm going to be recording podcast episodes, and those I'm going to be batching, right? I'll sit down and I'll knock out 2 or 3 of those. Karen, let's see. Man, that isn't pulling up for me. Let's see. For some reason, it's not showing. I guess I can just read it. Thinking of giving away free worksheets for the customer's email. Oh, here it is. What do you think? Yeah, I love it. Anything that you can give away as something that's going to help someone as a digital PDF is a great idea, right? Again, for us, it's brandcreators.com. If you go there, you can grab, let's see if I can pop that up. It's acting a little funny here today. If you go to brandcreators.com, you can download our brand growth validation checklist, which is basically the exact same thing, right? So to me, it's a great way to offer something of value in return for an email address. And then Justin said, you can easily write a book based on these coffee shows. It's a good idea. Yeah, and guys, here's the last thing I want to say before we wrap up. If there's something that you want me to talk about in more depth, sorry guys, lost connection there. Okay, I'm back. And Justin said, yeah, you could easily write a book based on these coffee shows. So here's the deal. If you guys have something that you want me to talk about on an upcoming coffee talk, then just put it in the comments below. I would love, love, love to hear from you guys, because I want to help you guys in any way that I can. Yes, a lot of times it's about business, but a lot of times it could be about life. It could be about how do we create the best life, the best version of our own life. Like, that's important to me. What does Scott want to be talking about in the next 5 years, 10 years? It's this stuff, right? I'm always going to probably be talking about business because it's in my blood, it's in my DNA. But I also am a huge believer in this. And that is, if we take action, the effects will really get you to where you want to go. But you have to take action. You have to really, really dig in and adopt this mindset of taking action. So this is my message that I'm going to be sharing for years to come. So these coffee talks is really threaded with this. And that's what I want to keep. I want to keep talking about, because that's what I'm doing myself. Let's see, Chris, how do you find the data on who watched and the duration? It's in your Facebook ads manager. So you have to have a Facebook page. So your videos have to be in a Facebook page or run through a Facebook page. So you always notice, maybe you don't, I publish these in my Facebook page. And then from there, we share it to a Facebook group. But the page is where it can be shared, and the page is where it's running through your ads manager. So then you can start to kind of break down the video numbers. Let's see. Salama, thank you for your time. No, thank you. Troy says he's gone. He's gone. Derek says, do you believe in ClickFunnels? We have used ClickFunnels for a while. I've actually started switching things over to Kajabi now. And the reason is because there was too many different moving parts. We still have some things set up in ClickFunnels and probably will. But my main way of controlling things now is going to be through Kajabi. Karen, no problem. Appreciate you showing up. Where do we buy the book, Take Action? Well, if you're asking, I will tell you. If you just go to takeactioneffect.com, again, that's takeactioneffect.com, and I don't think I have one for that. Let's see if I can create one. I should have that, huh? Let's see. Hey, look at that. Yeah, so takeactioneffect.com. That's where you can grab a copy. You can get the Kindle version, the audio book, the paperback, or the hardcover. And the hardcover looks something like that. And the soft is right here, paperback. So yeah, so it's basically, it's my journey, but also broken down so you guys can plug this in and really adopt the mindset of taking action and then yielding the effects. And like really, really, like once you adopt that, it's huge. And I've got some big plans, which I'll be discussing here probably over the next several weeks. But I have some things that I'm working on. I got a couple of shifts happening that I'm going to share with you guys, but only here on the Coffee Talk. All right. You guys will hear it first, I promise. Because I'm going to want your feedback on it. All right. So that's it, guys. That's what I got for you. Let me see here. A couple more snuck in here. Yeah, it's Take Action Effect, but with an E. Yeah, Mike, no problem, man. I appreciate you too, brother. And Troy says, hey, chumps, Scott signed mine. Yeah, I did. You were at were you at Brand Accelerator Live, Troy? I don't remember. I thought you were supposed to be. I forgot now. I thought you were supposed to be, but I'm not sure. You were at Seller Summit. All right, guys, gotta run. Yeah, Karen says, got it at BAL, Brand Accelerator Live. Love the book. Awesome. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate all you guys. I really, really, truly do. So, guys, let's do this. Let's meet again tomorrow for coffee or tea or juice or water, whatever. But bring it with you at 10 a.m. Eastern, and do me a favor, invite your friends, invite your family, only if they're looking to really better themselves and take some action in their life and in their business. All right, guys, so that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, and I'll talk to you soon.